All right, welcome to another Tippler's Parlor. We have 3 people this time. We have Gary joining us. I don't know how to it'd be fun if I could do something over your screen. And we got Alex. Alex is back.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gary and Alex. All right. It is going to be a good show, I think. I hope.
Oh.
We'll find out. Let's start off with like we normally do. Y'all, I think, have some drink, some sort of.
I do.
Some beer or something.
So tonight I'm drinking O'Connor's snack. It's an Imperial Oatmeal Chocolate Milk Stout.
Whew.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a mouthful.
Yum. What you think? Have you had it before?
Yeah, I've had it before. I really like it. It's essentially like a s'mores in a glass.
Nice.
Like it's got the nice chocolate
really
taste
good.
that goes with it. Hinty, but it's still that creamy smoothness from the milk that's a part of it.
That sounds awfully delicious.
It certainly is.
All right, well, Alex, do you have anything?
I do. Since I've been watching my figure, I'm sticking with the White Claws.
Oh man, I've drank that plenty of times on here, I believe.
Yeah.
There's no laws when you're drinking claws.
Yeah. I love that stuff.
That's funny.
I love that stuff so much, but I don't drink much anymore. So
I can't do them. Like, I don't know. Like whenever they're ice cold, maybe. But like if they're anything other than that, I can't get with the flavor.
Yeah, I like the pure, which is just regular seltzered water or sparkling water.
Okay.
So
I don't think I've had that flavor yet.
It's good. So it's less sugar, which is even healthier for you, right?
Hydration while drinking.
Yeah, that's how I look at it. So
I've seen Gary eat mostly sugar products while drinking, so I don't think that's an issue for him.
Yeah, and how many times did those sugar products regurgitate through my body while drinking?
They did not agree.
Sweets and alcohol is no good for me either. No good. Nemyo, that's no good in Hungarian. Not for me.
Like, I don't know how many times you've told me Hungarian phrases, but there's always one that consistently sticks out in my mind.
What is it?
Basta talk to you.
Oh. That's funny. Yeah. That's funny. All right, so I don't have anything. I could review something. I don't know. Let's see what I got. I'm not gonna go with the last one. Let's just we'll just scroll down. I drank. What else?
Nothing.
I will say this, Josh. If you can look up find a beer, my beer suggestion would be to get Elvis juice. I had it for the first time. Yeah, I had it for the first time over New Year's.
I think you texted that.
Yeah, it was really good. Neighbors like, hey, check this out. It's a grapefruit IPA.
I'm out. Why was I not included in that chat?
You were.
I was not.
You were.
No, I wasn't.
Yes. Gary,
read the chat message, Alex.
Out of 198 messages that were sent that day, I sent one.
I pay attention.
All right. So I've got this beer. Oh, hold on. I'm sharing the wrong screen. Anyways, I've got a peanut butter chocolate milk stout.
That sounds really good, actually.
It's pretty good. It's really good.
Made by
Lost Coast Brewery. It's pretty good. I enjoy it. Yeah, what do we got right here? Let's see if I got a good picture of it. There. Oh, I must have been in the pool. Okay.
Nothing says beer like drinking it in the pool.
Right there. Must have been at the pool. So that's definitely a good beer. I remember that beer. That was we were at the pool. I remember that beer. It was good. Well worth it, I think. All right. What do we got here for deal of the week? We jump to that next.
All right.
Have you guys played the Witcher series?
I have not, but I've constantly been wanting to. Like whenever 3 came out, I heard like the massive critic acclaim that went with it. Everybody was going batshit over it, and you know, But personally, I didn't want to start on 3. I just wanted, I wanted to play the series, but being a console player, they don't have the initial series on there.
Right. So the Witcher series, I think the whole series is pretty good, but 3 is absolutely like as far as I know, it like takes it to another level.
Okay.
It's really good. So right now, Alex, have you played them?
I have not.
Oh, they're pretty good.
I've
played partway through 3. I started 1, but like just got past like the tutorial, whatever BS you play at the beginning, whatever that shit is. That's all I've done in 1. 1 is very, very different than 3. It also came out in 2007. So it's the combat style, like it's not very fun. It's weird. It's definitely weird. But right now the games are on sale for it's like 77% off. You can get the entire collection. We'll link this in the description. And I'll send it to you guys. I think you guys have seen it, right? I already linked it.
Yeah, it's at 86% off right now.
Okay, so I have it a different. Yeah, I have it at 77% off total. And it says you buy the 5 games. So it's got The Witcher, The Witcher 2, The Witcher 3, and then it's got the 2 other games, which I'm not sure what those are, to be honest. But you can get the whole thing. Originally cost $119, and it's $26 for me. But you click on each one of them. Like that one said it was $79. Then you click on it, and then it says $139, $1.39. When you actually click on it to add to chart, and then it says 86% off. So like, then I click on 2, which said it was $279. So like when you actually click on each one, and it's weird, but well worth it. I mean, if you play on PC and want to play them, they're well worth it. I don't know if they're on sale for Xbox though. Anybody know?
I don't know if they're on sale, but I'm pretty sure with Game Pass, I want to say that The Witcher 3 is available.
Okay.
On Xbox Game Pass.
That would be fun. Yeah, The Witcher 3 is by far the best one. That's the one that's got the best story. It's the most in depth. I think it's the only one that's open world. That one is the one that I think can spoil the show. That movie or game, The Witcher 3. Okay. I don't think Witcher 2 and Witcher 1. I've never played them, so I can't confirm it. But just what I read on Reddit.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know the stories of them. But what I do know is they're going off the books for the show, and the books take place before the games. And after starting 1, I can confirm that I have seen that. The books, I mean, the show is taking place well before the game. So if you don't want to ruin the show, then don't play The Witcher 3, is what I've heard. But they're on sale if anybody wants to buy them. Now, let's jump over to what I think we have some strong feelings with.
Hold on. One question, or real quick. Yeah, I just verified it is on Game Pass. Witcher 3 is on Game Pass.
Okay, that's cool. That'll be cool. That's definitely cool. I think another new game got on Game Pass too. Grand Theft Auto 5, I think, just got on Game Pass.
Yeah, I think that's on there.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just saw an article about that, I think today. So if anybody's interested, there you go. You got that. But yeah, these Witcher games for PC are at GOG.com, and then it's The Witcher Completion. So I'll have a link in the description. Yeah, let's move on. I think we want to talk about The Mandalorian, which are we all caught up with The Mandalorian?
I am.
By definition, what's caught up? Because
have you seen the whole season?
By definition.
No.
Okay, so what is your definition of caught up?
I'm 15 minutes into the pilot.
Yeah, that's everyone's definition.
Basically caught up. I
mean, like I've seen Baby Yoda, so I mean, no. So I didn't catch the pilot. I caught probably 2, 3, 4, 5, and maybe 6. So I'm not worried.
You watched a good bit.
I will.
Spoilers ahead.
You've watched a good bit. That's pretty good. I mean, you only have 2 full episodes plus the pilot, which is whatever. So
it's not gonna ruin anything for me.
Yeah,
the IG unit.
The
That was a special place in my heart.
as far as I know, I'm really happy so far with the way this is written, and I don't think there's any like spoilers. Is there any spoilers like at the end of the series?
I don't think there's any necessarily like spoilers. After looking over some of the canon stuff, the show with Baby Yoda in it, everybody's absolutely hyped about it. As soon as Baby Yoda showed up, whole internet blew up.
Right.
But from looking at it canon, there actually was one of Yoda's species that had become a Mandalorian. So I don't know if they're going to tailspin into what that canon legend is.
Okay.
Or like that actual canon's going to be, or if it's going to, spin their own take on it and kind of go from there.
Right. That's interesting. I did not know that. I knew that he had, or not he, well, Yoda specifically has another species that was actually on the Jedi Council in episode 1.
Phantom Menace. Whenever Qui-Gon comes in, you can see her. It's a female.
Yeah, so I did know that he's not been the only one of his species for all of these years like we kind of always thought.
Yeah.
But
actually in the Phantom Menace visual dictionary thing, I don't know, I had it as a kid. They go into a little bit like of detail. I don't remember her name. I don't have the book now, but I knew that they had mentioned it at least in that passing at that time.
Right. So it's not going to be new. And this takes place was just like when is it? When does it take place? Is it like 5 years after?
It's got to be
after Empire?
Maybe. Nah, I don't know, because I don't know if Darth Vader's alive or not.
Yeah, I guess.
They're still the massive stormtroopers.
Right. Yeah, I guess we don't know. We don't know when it takes place. At least I don't know. I don't know if it's been confirmed. I've not looked it up. I just kind of watched it.
Yeah, I didn't look it up either. Actually, that's a really good question.
You can tell Wikipedia is completely wrong when it says Mandalorians are a fictional people associated with the planet Mandalorian.
It's actually
it's my religion. I can't believe they would say such a thing.
That's
so the one thing I do like about this show, unlike The Witcher, unlike Game of Thrones, is that they write each episode individually and have a good storytelling process for each episode. Very much like that.
Yeah.
Like there's a beginning, a twist, there's the the climax, like the hype and twist and this happens, but then this happens, therefore this happens, but then this happens, you know what I mean? Like, and then conclusion each episode.
Okay.
I do like that. I do like that.
So the show is set 5 years after the fall of the Empire and Return of the Jedi. And it's
okay, so it's not after Empire, it's after Jedi.
Right.
Okay.
So it's 25 years before the rise of the First Order.
Okay. I thought it was 5 years after something. Well, I must have mistaken Empire and Jedi.
So in that sense, who is still alive?
I mean, Luke and Leia. I would assume at this point, Luke and Leia are training.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got Han. They probably don't have kids yet.
Yeah, they would have.
They would have. Okay.
Because Kylo, I think, is like 30 at the end of the series, give or take.
Okay.
So that would be right around. He would be like right around 5. So I guess Leia would be done training, if like according to the last movie.
Right.
Yep.
That came out. But I agree. The storyline itself is really good. I'm just not a fan of how they portrayed the Mandalorian himself.
Yeah, that's you've mentioned that. Yeah, go ahead and tell us your thoughts on that.
So my thoughts personally, like, the whole Mandalorian in canon was that it is a religion. Different species from across the galaxy and everything else, are picked up and trained in their ways. But the Mandalorians, you look at it, go, way back before, during the big rise of the Sith and the Jedi, and the Mandalorians were well known for actually being able to go toe to toe with the Jedi. That's why they're jetpacks. They have the grappling hooks. They have magnetic boots. And this is all canon. This isn't even legend stuff. This is all canon that Disney decided to make canon. That they could go toe to toe with the Jedi. And that's why they got that name, the mercenaries and the bounty hunters.
Right.
But I feel like watching him fight, he just does a massive injustice to what that belief system is.
Right. So
I feel like he gets his ass kicked at least once in every episode.
Yeah.
He's got to get saved either by Baby Yoda, by IG, by the shock trooper that he meets up with.
Now, is Mando supposed to be the bad of the bad, or is he a beginning new?
There you go.
In that order.
Thank you, Alex. That is my point. Now, this is the origin story of this Mandalorian. Batman wasn't a badass in Gotham series, was he, Gary? Was he?
Stop.
I can't comment on that because I don't know. However, but he's gone through the training. He's not a child anymore.
But he didn't even have his jetpack, and he wasn't even well respected. He was still early on and giving all of his money, and that was illustrated when he got in a fight with all of the other ones until Mandalore said enough.
Yeah.
In whichever episode that is, and that's an episode that we've all seen.
I think that was 6. Maybe because it's whenever he fought back to get Baby Yoda, so maybe 4.
Yeah, it was early.
4 or 5.
So maybe middle. Okay. So he walked in, he was trying to get armor or give him the money, right? And then the other Mandalorians didn't like him. And then the Mandalore apparently said, let's go save him when he got in trouble. But he was early. He didn't even have all of his equipment. He looked at the jetpacks like, man, I can't wait to get one of those, or I need one of those, or whatever. This is origin story.
In that episode,
Mandalorian.
They talk about it, but it's still the fact that, like, I'm not saying that he needs to be, Mandalore level or what was it? I think in Legends, it was a defective Jedi that was the leader of Mandalore at one point potentially. But that's Legends. That's not canon by any means.
Right.
But I know that one of their students had been accepted into the Jedi training and then eventually came back, I believe.
He took down a ship by himself. That's pretty badass.
Yeah, as he almost fell off.
So
the process and almost blew himself up.
Hold up, wait a minute, back up here, because Boba Fett was not. Is it Boba Fett or Jango Fett? Was not a Mandalorian, but he was a renowned bounty hunter, and yet he still had his faults and his failures. Even Jedis.
I'm not saying that they don't. Failures. I'm not saying you don't have faults and failures, but like literally in the 8 episodes, at least once every episode, like he would have never saved Baby Yoda if IG-88 or not IG-88, but the IG unit would have never showed up.
Right.
He would have died whenever he was in the cave trying to get that egg. If Baby Yoda wouldn't have force stopped the thing from coming at him.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's why I think this is going to be more about Baby Yoda than him. It's also an origin story. He's early. He just got his jetpack in the last episode.
Episode 8. Yeah.
He just.
I told you, spoilers.
So he's so early on in his training. Like, it's so early. This is his origin story. And it's the same with Spider-Man. Do you remember when he put on a hoodie and went to fall around the city?
Well, I mean,
Batman, he wasn't like this until he trained. And even his first run out at things wasn't that. Everybody starts out somewhere. Also, it's good storytelling to have somebody, but then this happens.
10, 15 years.
It wasn't 10 or 15 years. It was.
He was still a badass.
As well.
I don't know any characters except for maybe John Wick that start off like a badass. Okay? Even John Wick had help. Okay,
he was born out of a womb.
John Wick doesn't have an
origin. Who murdered my dog?
Oh my gosh.
John Wick wouldn't have even gotten past the first round without having help on where people were and getting his car fixed or whatever he got. Right.
I mean, the fact is that he already had that renown. So right. I understand your point. Wick, I get that he's not like.
And he goes, I know who you are, and I'm coming for you, so you better hide.
That's why you don't fuck with Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah, Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson You know, you take his daughter as many times as you want, he's going to kill you. He's a badass in all his movies. But where did he start? Let's go back to his origin story and see how good he was.
There is no origin story, so he also came out of the womb going, I don't know who you are.
How many Chuck Norris characters are there?
But I know that
do
you
want the Mandalorian to be like
cord.
Chuck Norris, where he starts every episode with a smile, and then in the middle there's a dilemma, and then he kicks butt at the very end.
But he doesn't get his ass kicked in the middle of that.
I don't think Chuck Norris has ever got his butt
exactly kicked. That's not true. Whenever he fought Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon. That's why he had him murdered.
Oh shoot.
So what do you have? What are your thoughts on it, Alex? What do you think of the Mandalorian? You're into it?
So yeah, I like the Star Wars universe. I think I've had conversations with you that possibly we would be going back in time, and I looked forward to that. And then once we started rolling along and then talking about it more, to me it doesn't matter where it's at in the timeline. I was looking more forward to learn more about what was in the past because of the different things that you have told me.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But that even, to be honest with, I mean, it's a new storyline. It's something that I'm interested in just because it's new.
Yeah.
You know, I would like to know who Baby Yoda is, and the Mandalorian race itself is pretty cool.
They're not a race. They're just the religion.
A religion.
Not anymore.
Yeah,
and I don't know if their race is canon, but they just brought Revan in. They just brought Revan in, and Revan's mask is Mandalore's mask. You bring Revan in, that means Mandalorians are canon. Like, there's a lot of implications. Like,
well, I mean, they were always canon because Boba Fett was always listed as a Mandalorian.
No, wait, is Revan canon because of the last movie?
Yeah.
With who's Sparkle Fingers?
Palpatine.
Yeah, I know. You like that?
I just feel worse that I know who you were talking about.
Oh, I yeah.
So yeah.
That Palpatine was saying that there was one before me. What would he say? That
no,
that he was
it's not in the movie. It's in the visual dictionary of the movie. So Sidious had multiple like legions of the dark people, the army that he put together, troops of 5,000 people, and each one of those troops were named after dark Sith from the past. And two of the Sith from the Force Unleashed games, I think, are big. That's a big deal. Darth Revan was one of them, and Darth Plagueis's master. I can't say his name. I can't even say his name. I'm not even gonna try. Is canon. So there's just some good things, but the fact that you make Revan canon, unless you're changing his mask, means that he took Mandalore's mask, which maybe makes the entire Mandalorian race from the actual planet canon. I mean,
that's true. I mean, it might, and I don't remember what happened. Or what happened to their race. I know they got scattered, and then I think to recoup their numbers is whenever they started recruiting the younger people in to train.
Yeah.
Now, where is Revan in the timeline on where we're at? Is it
5,000 years before?
So is it possible that it's just the mask of Revan?
Well,
that they're bringing up in the movie of the Mandalorian, or do you think Revan is going to come up because technically he shouldn't be there, right?
Well, it's just his name.
It's
just his name.
So it's just the name.
This was in the movie, not the show.
Okay.
In the movie, like all the people that were sitting like in the stands, like cheering fingerless Palpatine.
Yes.
While he regained his body back and changed his shirt.
Yep.
One of the sections was Revan 3, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, the third section was Revan or something like that, yeah.
And because it was named Revan, they're referencing that he was a Dark Lord at one point. And
Okay.
Thus making him canon.
Yes.
But Revan got his mask.
Disney acknowledged Revan.
Right. And I think that Revan got his mask from Mandalore.
Okay.
Yeah, because he helped. He was the Mandalorian War back in the Old Republic. He smashed him, or he like destroyed him. And I don't remember. I forget now. And I used to know this, but he was either Jedi. No, he must. I don't remember if he was Jedi or not.
Started off as a Jedi because
I don't know when he fought
a Jedi
them.
whenever he was still a Jedi. I think whenever they got to the Star Forge, and it was like part of the Star Forge and everything else. Whenever he amassed the fleet,
right? But
he helped turn him.
His mask. He got from the Mandalorian War, and then I think he killed Mandalore, and then took Mandalore's mask. Mandalore Alex is the leader of Mandalorians.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they call Mandalore, and it's just dubbed by whoever. Like, it's not some person. So, that's how Revan got the mask that he's known for. I mean, you look at that mask. I've got one over there. I mean, you look at the mask. That's just Revan's face.
Yeah, you can definitely see, that distinct T pattern,
right,
in the views and stuff like that are there.
Yeah. So, do you guys know that this show is the #1 streaming show on the planet?
Really?
Yep. Across all streaming platforms.
No, I didn't actually.
Yep.
I just think, honestly, I think it was a great release time for them to come up with that decision with the movies and stuff, and then the big hype that was around Rise of Skywalker, and then, just kind of feeding with it, not necessarily like into it, but
yeah, it was
a real good time.
It has surpassed almost everything. I mean, like the ratings of it coming out like every week, every time they do it drop, and that's one thing they're saying why The Mandalorian is doing so good. I think it's got better numbers than some HBO Game of Thrones series, but it passed Stranger Things, which has been really popular.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, blew past.
I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, blew past it.
That's because Stranger Things is done.
But it blew past it, and
no,
it's
that's
really
a shame.
It's really
I like
good.
Stranger Things.
I've never seen it.
Doesn't.
Let me ask. Hold on, pause, because we had another episode that was tied into this, and I feel like we need to have a connection. It would have been one of the first ones, let's say between first 2 episodes of Tipplers, and we had a conversation on Disney Plus and Netflix, and
right.
What are your thoughts?
So Netflix had a chance with The Witcher to just crush everything, fill this gaping hole in entertainment from Game of Thrones that they left with a similar series, but they're releasing it as binge watching, full seasons at once, and that's not as good for numbers because you're not giving week to week people talking about it, waiting for it, release time.
You're not making hunger.
Right. So that's why The Witcher's numbers are not doing as good as they could have been, even though it is a good and well-written series and could be the next or better than Game of Thrones. Obviously it's early, but we'll see. But The Mandalorian has done it right. 30-minute episodes, releasing every Friday. I think it's every Friday, right?
Yeah, it's once a week. I don't know what day specifically.
Yeah. So I mean, they dropped it like that. Netflix's theory is that, I mean, Netflix's numbers are still crazy, but Disney has done good with The Mandalorian, and I actually think that I saw subscriptions drop after The Mandalorian season was done. Of Disney Plus. I think I saw an article saying subscriptions could start dropping because people just wanted to see The Mandalorian. And so they released this awesome series to go with their debut, and it was a good idea. That was a good move by Disney.
Yeah.
By far. You guys have any other thoughts on this?
No. To quote Tim, I've spoken.
All right, well, I think we'll wrap it up there. This was a fun episode. We got to do this more often and fit it into our schedules.
I appreciate you guys getting me in here, and I'm glad that I could be a part of it finally.
It's been fun. It's been a long time coming, and I've missed the episodes that we have had, and It's like you've heard. It's just it's hard to get together, and we need to make a better effort. I guess in one point to do it.
We'll make it work. It's fun. We'll do it. We'll keep doing it. So anybody stop by or watching this video on YouTube, thank you. Throw us a thumbs up. Chat with us in the comments and argue back with us. We love that.
Yeah. Tell us we're wrong.
Yeah, it's what we live for.
That's what we want to hear. Yeah.
My favorite words of the day.
You are wrong.
All right, everybody. Cheers.